TikTok mysteries that the internet wasn't prepared for? Trick question. I was always prepared for it.
The dark corners of the internet are full of terrifying mysteries just waiting to be uncovered. But sometimes, you don't have to do much digging at all, and it's possible to stumble across a full-blown conspiracy theory by accident.
Oh, I do that all the time on TikTok. I swear, every single TikTok or every third TikTok, I get like a cat video, and then I get a what you eat in a day video, and then it's something like, the government is putting microchips inside of the pigeon so they can monitor us with the bird poop.
One student from the University of Surrey in England was taking a stroll when he discovered a neighborhood of seemingly fake houses with cardboard windows.
What? Wait, did they block out the text? Is it like a set for a movie or something? A whole neighborhood? That's so weird. Nah, dude, that's creepy, man. I don't like that. That's weird.
He uploaded
I
the
don't
video
like
of
that.
a mystery
That's
onto
strange.
TikTok, as his followers started theorizing that he'd stumbled upon a
It's gotta be a set, right?
ground or a secret government facility. Unfortunately, Surrey isn't quite that exciting, but the eventually revealed truth behind the mystery was still pretty unusual. After some digging, the original poster
military
found
thing?
out that 5 years earlier, these buildings were used as regular dorms for the university.
Okay.
But one summer, they became infested with bats, forcing the university to house their students elsewhere.
What?
The university was apparently desperate to knock the buildings down, but the UK's strict wildlife protection laws won't let them demolish them while the bats
They protected the bats?
As a
Oh, well, okay, yeah, protect the bats. Bats are actually cool. I think bats are such an underrated animal. Yeah, protect them. Don't kill them. Don't go out there and do slaughter on the bats. You wouldn't do it if it was cats, would you? And what does bats rhyme with? Exactly. Owned.
result, the windows have been fitted with cardboard to stop the bats from breaking the glass.
That's
And the
cool.
critters can legally live inside the buildings indefinitely. I wonder if their experience living in college dorms is similar to mine. Can bats even eat ramen noodles?
No, there's no way that they just give them an entire street for free. Buying a house in the UK is so expensive. It takes like 10 years of work just to work up to get a deposit so you can put a deposit down on your house. You're telling me those bats just get it for being squatters? If I went and squat inside of a house, they don't give me it. They don't stop demolishing it just for me. No, they kick me out. They say I'm breaking the law. What's up with that? There's a double standards here. While I do love bats, it's crazy that they get more rights than people.
Monitoring demons. Every parent knows how difficult it is to get a newborn baby to go to bed. And once they finally fall asleep, all you can do is pray that nothing disturbs them. But when one parent watched the footage I'm about to show you, captured on their baby monitor's video feed, it was the parent who wound up witnessing something disturbing.
She did a pog face and reacted. Okay, that was not part of the video, just so everyone knows. That was a sob alert. Thank you, Zero. That was not... It didn't play a Pokemon sound effect in the baby monitor video, just so you guys are aware. Whoa, wait. Dude, no, it blinked. No shot. Is it a dog? It looks like a dog.
Oh no, it's a person! Activity.
Nah, it's not real. It can't be.
TikTok from Lexi Bruner, showing the moment a terrifying figure appeared next to her cousin's crib.
It's her.
Night.
It's her.
Luckily, the baby
What if she
slept through the
sleepwalks?
encounter, but the TikTok's 18 million viewers were forced to suffer through some sleepless nights. As they argued
it's
over
gotta be a
whether
dog,
the face
right?
was a home invader, a demon, or the Tooth Fairy. These viewers were terrified, but 2 weeks later, Lexi posted a reassuring update explaining that the horrifying figure was her.
Aw, she did a prank by the prank patrol. You got owned. It was actually her. She said, haha, owned. It was me the whole
The
time.
video started out as a family prank as Lexi snuck up to her cousin's crib while her aunt was watching the baby monitor. As the monitor's night vision lit up Lexi's face with sensitive enough hardware to pick up eerie reflected infrared light glowing in her eyes.
Dude, that is still horrifying. Was she in on it? Imagine you're a parent and you see that going on next to your child. You'd leap into action. You'd grab the AR-15 if you're American. If you're normal, then you'll, get a knife or something like that, maybe a baseball bat, and then you'll leap into action immediately. It kind of looked like a dog a little bit as well. I'm sorry.
Her aunt was horrified. The prank worked so well that Lexi uploaded the footage onto TikTok to see if she could trick her friends too. The video went viral, and Lexi was soon inundated with thousands of messages urging her to take the baby and burn the haunted house to the ground.
Facts,
When she
true.
finally posted
That's the
her
appropriate
explanation,
response.
most of us were relieved that Lexi wasn't in any danger.
Were we? Do people genuinely care that much about like people they don't know on TikTok? I see people saying this all the time. They're like, oh my God, like, I'm so glad you weren't her. I'm so glad this, that, and the other. Do people actually care? They get like emotionally invested in some random person that they've never heard of before.
However, some people weren't happy that the creature
Maybe I'm a
they'd been so
psychopath.
terrified of was a teenage girl. I don't know. Did you go to high school? Teenage girls can be pretty scary.
Facts.
Hey,
You say stuff like that to not be a sociopath? True. But like, I don't think people actually care. They're like, oh, thank God, Lexi's okay.
Very strange mystery. Let's move on now.
Also, I have a baby monitor story. When I was like 10 years old and my brother had just been born, my dad used that baby monitor to like prank me, and he pretended to be a stranger that was like out in the streets, and he put on this horrible voice. It was like, hello, I see you. I see you through the window. And he was talking through the baby monitor, and he was like, I see you through the window. So I cried. I went crying downstairs and said, Mom and Dad, there's someone talking on the baby monitor. They laughed at me. All they did was laugh. I was actually traumatized. They started laughing. They said, it was us. And I was like, that's not funny.
To someone who sold millions of records but can't seem to keep her circuitry running without a few glitches.
Wait, is this what we're like? Oh, it just looks like she's got something in her eyes. It's kind of funny though. I think it's probably like a contact or something like that, right?
This TikTok shows the moment that Katy Perry's teenage dream turned into a nightmare, as her
What?
eyes
It's not
started
that-
glitching
you're
out while
over-exaggerating.
performing in 2022.
It's just a thing
As
in her eye.
videos of the incident went viral, Katy's fans urged her to go to the hospital or to see
What?
an optician.
What?
At the same time, a group of conspiracy theorists jumped
See
onto
an
the video,
optician?
using it as evidence that Katy and other A-list celebrities are robots. Who are
True,
built
that
by
is
the
that
deep
is true.
state to
I'm glad that we
manipulate
can get behind that
controls.
one.
As
That's
people
true.
argued over whether Katy needed urgent medical care or a software update, the pop star came forward to explain the situation.
It's probably
It turns
something in
out
her eye.
on-stage act includes a section in which she pretends to be a Barbie doll, and she was
Oh, what?
intentionally imitating a doll
What?
with a broken eyelid for the performance.
What?
That was pretty creepy, but Katy's fans all breathed a sigh of
Okay.
relief
I mean,
as
that's
they realized their favorite singer wasn't going blind.
a weird one. Like, you're imitating a Barbie doll? That's so strange. It didn't even look like a Barbie doll. It just looked like something got stuck in her eye, like a fly flew into her
The
eye.
conspiracy theorists weren't satisfied, though, pointing out that Katy's excuse is exactly what a deep state robot would say if it was caught
Facts.
malfunctioning.
True.
That I would know anything about that.
No, it's true.
Protocol engaged.
Searching for Sophia.
Katy Perry is
Let's move
definitely a
from
deep
that
state robot.
insane conspiracy theory to something far more serious as we check out a TikTok that became a lead in an 18 years unsolved missing child case. In 2003, a 4-year-old girl called Sophia Juarez walked out of her home in Kennewick, Washington, headed onto the street, and disappeared, never to be seen again.
Oh,
The search
no.
for Sophia was huge, involving the FBI and hundreds of volunteers. But tragically, the case eventually went cold as the authorities ran out of suspects to investigate. By 2021,
Maybe she
it
like
looked
fell
like
in
the
a lake.
cops had no more leads to follow until this video was uploaded onto TikTok.
Is
In
that
this
her?
interview, a 22-year-old woman living on the streets
No.
of Culiacan, Mexico, explains that she
No.
was kidnapped as a child, and she doesn't know where she originally came from. After the
Yo!
TikTok was posted, some eagle-eyed viewers noticed that the woman shared a resemblance to Sophia.
Yo,
And before long,
it's
the internet
her!
went into a frenzy, claiming she'd finally been found. The people of Kennewick were delighted.
Oh my
as the police
God!
reopened their investigation
I
and contacted the
never
authorities.
think that anyone's that gets kidnapped get found. I thought they all get murdered. They all get like disappeared and you never see them again. That's crazy. 22 years later, she had no idea. Man. Oh no, God, that sucks. That's horrible for the parents, the family. Oh my God, that sucks so much.
However, as the video went viral, the police were contacted by a couple claiming to be the 22-year-old woman's parents. They explained that their daughter was mentally ill and she wasn't
What?
kidnapped as a child, having
What?
been born in Mexico. This was
Oh!
a concerning development, but the police were reluctant to simply take the family's word for it. So they spent months tracking down the woman herself before conducting a DNA test to definitively solve the mystery.
Okay, that it is actually her. They look very similar. But what does the DNA test think?
As the cops waited for the test results, the world watched on with bated breath until
come on,
it
give
was
it to me.
announced that the woman was definitely
No!
not Sophia Juarez.
Oh, did she
Sadly, the
die?
lead was another dead end.
Oh,
Tragically, this
no.
mystery didn't have a happy ending, but it
That
did show how
sucks.
powerful social media can be at spreading information. and the Kennewick PD asked people to share any potential leads that they might find in the future, reminding us that Sophia might still be out there. And who knows,
I hope so.
maybe social media still has hope of providing that missing link.
Dude, kidnapping stories are so sad. Like, that's a human being. I guess it's also sad when people kidnap like dogs and cats and stuff, but man, that's a whole ass human.
Creature feature. From Dracula to the Blob, Hollywood is home to some pretty iconic monsters. However, in 2021, Hollywood's A-list ghosts and ghouls received some competition after a TikToker spotted an unidentified creature flying above West Hollywood.
Okay, dude. Yo, it's a haunch crow. Oh, come on, what are you adding the sound effects for? That's not
Typically,
real,
the
the sound
monsters you
effect.
find in
You're adding
Hollywood
sound effects
are
to
on a
this.
silver screen and in positions of power. So when Rachel Lindsay spotted this creature flying 300 feet above LA,
It's not a
she was pretty
creature.
shocked. As Rachel's TikTok went viral, other eyewitness accounts
You know,
started
it kind of reminds me of like the Rat King, but a bird version, like the Bird King. Biblically accurate crow.
online, along
Exactly.
with outlandish theories that the figure was a demon or a UFO. Luckily, others had more rational explanation, noting that the monster actually
It's
looks
a Babadook.
suspiciously like a bundle of Halloween spider balloons. That theory would explain the figure's knotted legs and its ability to float through the sky. Furthermore, the sightings occurred in early November, around a week after Halloween.
Oh, so they let the spider balloons
Before the theory
go.
could
Yeah.
be proved, the shape disappeared into the clouds. However, most online commentators
Or probably just
seem
fell
to
on the
agree that
ground.
The creature was indeed just a bundle of balloons, possibly even part of a movie set filming in the area.
Well, that's what the deep state would say, wouldn't they? If they wanted to cover up the fact that the eldritch abomination that they had kept contained within Hollywood had been unleashed upon an unwitting, unprepared humanity. Of course the deep state would want you to believe that it's a spider balloon. We know that spiders don't have that many legs.
nothing was ever officially confirmed, if the floating shadow was indeed Halloween decorations, then it did a great job. Instead of just scaring trick-or-treaters, they horrified 2 million people on TikTok, and half the population of West Hollywood. Talk about bang for your buck.
It's so easy to horrify 2 million people on TikTok. Just say that like Taylor Swift broke up with her boyfriend, and then they freak out.
Screamin' Demon.
Hey,
Hollywood's
nice
flying
little
spaghetti
rhyme.
balloon monster was pretty strange, but there have been even stranger cases of alleged monster encounters on TikTok. Check this one out.
Okay. Why is every single...
So much for the right to remain silent.
What? You're telling me no. What's going on, police guys? Come on. You're one screaming, you're running the other direction. You're taking off. You're supposed to leap into action. You're the defenders of the public.
This TikTok from 2022 shows the moment that 2 cops arrive at a cemetery in the dead of night before hearing a blood-curdling scream in the distance.
I get it, they're humans after all. I'd probably be scared and I'd run away if I heard a scream in the distance in a graveyard of all things. No, I'd be scoppering. I think it's funny that cops were the one running away.
The cops decided to protect and serve themselves by running away, leaving the TikTok's 2.0
Like, hold on, that's a demon there, brother. I ain't going to arrest no demon.
6 million terrified viewers to wonder what creature could make a noise that horrible.
I can't read a demon their Miranda rights. If I shoot them, I've got no guarantee they're gonna die.
The scream definitely conjures up images of zombies, skinwalkers, and banshees. But in reality, the creature behind the shriek looks more like
Banshees are real, though.
Confused? Don't worry, I gotcha. It turns out, after some thorough digging, the horrified
Okay, here is my game theory. It was a couple that went to, because like emos go to graveyards to have sex, like weird things like that. They did that, and it was so good that one of them screamed because it was so good, and that's why they heard that scream
had been edited onto the footage of the cops, and the audio was originally taken from a prank that TikToker David Lawson pulled on his grandma back in 2019.
Really? Is this the...
Grandma
Oh my
Lawson's
God.
admittedly extreme
Grandma, you
reaction to the
good?
lights being suddenly turned off went viral, and her scream was so terrifying that other content creators started laying it over unrelated footage to create horrifying videos. The scream was so unnerving, in fact, that some have claimed it's not even a real scream, and is in fact the result of someone using an Aztec death whistle, an ancient
what?
device that sounds like this. Having heard that, I'm not totally unconvinced.
Oh, that would be scary. Imagine you're running into battle. You got like the sword and shield at the ready. You're like, whatever you're using to run into battle, you're running into battle. And then you hear that scream, but you hear it like 10,000 times when a wave of warriors run at you. Bro, I'd break immediately. My morale, 0. I shattered. Me running away the other direction. No shot. I'm not disciplined enough for that.
Footage of the cops in the cemetery seems to have been buried deep under the wave of edits like the first one we saw. It's hard to say how deep the rabbit hole of fakery goes.
Yeah, so if the scream is fake, then what are they running away from? Is it an actual demon? I think so.
However, some commenters claim that in the unedited footage, the cops were actually running from the sound of gunfire, which makes a little more sense. Especially.
Okay, well, I mean, that makes sense. Of course, yeah, I mean, you'd like run into cover. No, that makes sense. It's not as fun to make fun of cops when they're running away from gunfire because, like, that's a genuine, legitimate thing to run away from. And the demon-y death scream was much more funny because they're like, ooh, ghosty ghoulies, and they can't arrest a ghosty ghoulie because you can't put handcuffs on them. It's not fun.
Especially if
I don't like this explanation.
Death whistle blowing Grandma Lawson. Haunted house flippers. When you picture a haunted house, you probably see cobwebs, possessed dolls, and spooky ghosts. However, when the couple behind the TikTok account GBTV saw a creepy house go on sale at a local auction, they saw a great investment. They purchased the home aiming to renovate
it's in the UK.
and sell it for profit. Typically, the scariest thing a house flipper can find is black mold. But as the couple tore through a wall underneath the stairs, they discovered something far more sinister.
Oh no, they got a basement. Okay, oh, they got in the basement.
A hidden passage containing a damaged Bible hanging from a hook. Over the next few days, they made some more horrifying discoveries. In the attic, they found a makeshift cross and a black and white photo of a family with their eyes scratched out. Then they found 2 boxes hidden under the attic's rafters and floorboards. A trinket box marked with the words, "Do not release" in Welsh.
Oh, that's so awesome. It's like an ARG. It's kind of like it's like an escape room. That's so fun.
With wax. The couple opened both containers, discovering a lock of hair, a necklace, and a burnt Ouija board.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing that you leave at your house when you're vacating, just to freak out the new people. It's got all the biggest hits. It's got the Ouija board. It's got the Bible on a hook. It's got the eyes scratched out. It's like they watched a horror movie and was like, I'm going to do this to the next people that have this house. They set it all up so that they find it. That's fun. Yeah, it's like a little ARG. It's a little video game for them to play. It's great.
They then looked inside the house's chimney, finding a postcard, crystals, and a letter from the 1940s written in Thai that explained the house was haunted after a previous owner bought a cursed trinket box in a market in Bangkok.
Okay, that's how you know it's not. That's not true. It was written in Thai. No shot.
These videos amassed over 100 million viewers, but some of the netizens had grown suspicious.
I bet they put this up. I bet they faked it. Yeah, they set this whole up, they faked it. I mean, to be fair, like, it's a really good story. I don't actually care that this is fake. They made a really good story and they got people invested in it. I think, you know what this means? This means that they are good content creators.
That the couple could have easily planted their findings.
Pat, you know nothing of curses? What do you mean I'm ginger? Don't you tell me I know nothing of curses, all right?
Instead of addressing these comments, however, the couple ignored them, instead announcing that they'd booked flights to Bangkok. When the couple arrived in Thailand, they headed to the market.
Dude, they were really invested in this.
And started asking about the box, where they were shouted at by a shopkeeper and later stalked by a group of unknown men. A series of sinister encounters prompted them to burn the box immediately, an action they claimed would lift the curse on their house and end the story. As the couple's horror story.
Oh, yeah, it's like set up by them. They think that burning the box is gonna lift the curse. Like, come on, that's not how it works. It never works like this in movies.
Across continents.
It's a good little story, though.
Pretty divided on whether the series was staged.
Of course
the
it's
claims
staged.
that it was fake were bolstered when the couple returned home and sold the story to the Discovery Channel, allowing them to adapt it for TV.
See, there you go. No, they did a good job. They're good content creators. What's the problem with that?
The story was real, but whether the TikToks were fact or fiction, their 260 million views prove that it was a pretty gripping mystery either way.
What they did was essentially the same as like making a movie. They made a little horror movie. Like it's like based on real events and stuff like that. Like it's just the same thing as making a TV series, making a horror movie, making a horror series on YouTube. They just did it on TikTok. I think they banged it. They absolutely smashed it. Good on them. Shame about the curse though. What did you think of these TikTok mysteries? If you want me to react to something, let me know in the Discord server.